But I'm gonna fuck around and make my whole fucking album distorted, and they gonna be like that boy edgy as fuck. Yeah, fuck. TCAP 803.
Coming heavy with the weight and feel. Wonder if the hoes in Jesus' hand he'll give a fuck how a man feel. Whole world at a standstill, stigmatized. Donald Trump they will not criticize. Still question Obama like my nigga lied. White girls boosting so my nigga ride. Out here switching sides. Crossing ship to mind the window cause they living blind. And they soul not showing. I swear my flow how potent. How these hoes got open and you know Pop's joking. If he ain't spelled forgiveness, I'm one of your 7 victim hoes free of heaven's prison. These are split decisions. And I think I give the misses what I give the masses. My whole all there no walls. I ain't kissing asses the shit and I don't stop. Don't stop. She ain't bars the end and she won't call her. You didn't see her coming. People are screaming, running, baby like babies. Why they need enough to drive horsepower. It's Steve's punching. Smoking weed, I'm blunting. Notice these is stunning. Ain't me like Jesus functions. Eating knowledge, I got key consumption. Super Saiyan water, I eat a peanut buzzing. Fuck your family, they ugly. You can keep your cousin, most people puzzling. You want my time is by the hour and I need 100. I seen your ship and see it sunken. Missing me, she keep on cutting. She a keeper, love it, hot box, a beam and bucket. My demon, she seen a sucker. She bring me, need me, so fucking here for long haul. Press hold if God calls.
Creighton Carter, that's my co-host, and he's here tonight. Creighton is here. It's the first episode of the November.
Of the week, too.
And of the week. Well, yeah, it's always...
We're basically in election.
1/4 of our episodes are the beginning of the week.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been meaning to tell you this since, like, last Thursday.
What is it?
And
Tell
still
me.
haven't. The podcast
Tell
dates will
me.
probably
Tell
start
me.
to change to be Monday through Wednesday and then one on Friday because I'm probably going to... It's not like 100%, but it's like 98% that we're going to start Thursday games instead of Friday games for like the foreseeable future, at least until Super Bowl
Can
times.
you hear me
Yeah, I can hear you.
on the thing? Can
Talk.
you hear me?
Wait.
Hello? 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 Hello?
Yeah, I mean, it's a
Oh.
little lower than usual on there for you talking.
Wonder why. Am I here?
Can you guys hear Creighton?
Give me some more.
Just
give me
grow a
some more
bigger
audio.
one. Wait, God, my cock is comedically small. Okay, Blake. Thank you for getting me to say that out loud. Just grow a bigger one. I got Twitch Turbo and I'm loving it. We can hear him. It's fine. Okay, well there you go. It's fine. Creighton, stop being so paranoid. I can hear you. Here, let me cut you up so you can hear us. You can hear us both. Now you talk.
Hello.
Can you hear yourself better now?
Yes.
Okay. There's a clip. God damn it. Hey, Blake. How's it going? Creighton.
Charlie.
It's the first episode of November. It is also the first episode
Since Halloween?
since Halloween. It is also the eve, kind of
election.
air quote election day, which really, it's been like election month. Like you've been able to vote if you really want to. You can go out and vote for the last like 6 weeks or some craziness.
Yes.
But tomorrow is air quote election day. Tomorrow is the big day, and by tomorrow I mean technically, literally right now. But it is technically election day. Tomorrow we might. You get off early tomorrow, right?
Yes.
So tomorrow we do like an election day podcast where we like sit down and we just live cover the election ourselves. This is honestly, it's gonna be pretty bananas. Like it's gonna be a weird ass stream. We're gonna start it relatively early compared to what we usually do, and probably stream late. Like instead of a 2-hour podcast, it'll probably be like a fucking 5-6 hour ordeal.
Are we going to record this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
we
We
having
need this
people
for
on?
posterity. I don't know. I'm
I
maybe
have people on.
I've been thinking maybe we'll do it like where we get people in Discord and have like
Yeah.
a big get in a call with people, but
Let's have Z on.
no, hold on a second. I don't know. We'll see. Again, it's I'd rather it just be you and me covering it the whole time and just going over the data, like talking
Yeah.
about, whatever, and just hang out. And every once in a while maybe have people come into the Discord, talk to them for a second. But we'll see. Get ready for the riots, either from the left or the right tomorrow. I don't know. I think that's being hyped up. I think if Trump wins, there will be riots. If Biden wins, I think people are going to be upset, but I don't think the right is going to go annihilate shit the way that, like, the riots were happening for the left. But I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see either way. I went and bought $500 worth of groceries today. I live inside of a Trump banner, essentially. Miss me with going out at all this week. Yeah, you know what? That's a good idea.
Maybe that's why everybody was buying up stuff today. We were very
Probably.
busy.
I mean, people are worried. People think there's gonna be like some kind of fucking Armageddon either way. And honestly,
Well, it's already Armageddon.
oh
isn't
shit,
it?
no, not really. We still have internet, bro. We have internet. We can go buy our food. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
There's no Armageddon. Look, the world's crazy. Fuck Trump. By YG banger. I'm gonna play it all. Oh, okay. I don't know.
Buy land.
We're in buy land,
Buy property.
buy property. We're in for a crazy day, but we're gonna have fun here.
Yeah.
We're gonna hang out. What time do you go in tomorrow?
I go in at 3.
Okay.
We've been over this.
I know. I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to put
I get
together a
off at-
time frame. I'm gonna have to get up with Mike at some point and just go get a bunch of food because I think that is probably still a good idea. Like to go
I
and
gotta
get
vote
stuff.
tomorrow.
Use the government money to buy land. It's so great.
So, do you want to talk about like what we were talking about before the podcast started? You want to talk about?
We'll get to all of
the
it. First of all,
episode number?
hold on. Yeah. First of all, it's episode 119, and because of that, we're talking about Fahrenheit 119, really 11/9 for the date. It's a movie which topically is about filmmaker Michael Moore examining the current state of American politics, particularly the Donald Trump presidency and gun violence, while highlighting the power of grassroots democratic movements. So, with that said, that's all I'm going to mention about that, and just continue this like pre-election coverage in the episode before the election. Because I mean, here's the thing: the election is taking place right now.
Right.
Like 20
Sorta.
minutes ago, it air quotes started in like town halls and places where they still do like raise your hand voting and stuff like that
Oh, nice.
across the country, as it does every time. I still need to listen to Rogan's podcast with Kanye. I mean, okay, I don't care.
I
Tell
just
him-
thought that was funny.
It was. Tell him I love him, and I'm sorry, but oh well. I listened to the first like half hour, Blake. It seemed pretty cool. Like Kanye's like weird.
Did you tell him to buy property?
Kanye's weird, but like it's like an understandable weird. Like I think he truly is coming from a good place. He's just got bro, there's no one like him in the world. You know, like there's nobody that famous. He's he's like excuse me, like top 10 famous humans probably. Maybe top 20,
Of
but
all
like
time.
I don't know about that. Top 10, top 20 like currently in terms of who knows his name and how famous he is. I mean, he's just gigantic. And like there's not a lot of brains like that in our world. That's a pretty crazy brain. That brain's got a lot of shit in it. So, like, hearing him coherently speak the way he was on the podcast, I only listened to the first half hour or so, was pretty cool. I would recommend getting Twitch Turbo. It's $8.99 a month, and you get no ads on any Twitch channel. I just get ad blockers.
Yeah, I have ad blockers too.
Ad blockers are just better. I mean, it's free. You get a free ad blocker. You block #ad. Yeah, how dare you, Flint? We don't promote Twitch Turbo here unless Twitch Turbo pays me money. Twitch Turbo, we want to be partners. They don't work anymore? Yes, they do.
What works?
Ad blockers. You block Origin still works. No, they don't. Yes, they do. Mine does. What are you talking about?
My ad blocker works.
Yeah.
On Hulu, on Quentin's Hulu. And Quentin has the Hulu with the ads, and it like makes that shit go away.
Yeah, I
Like,
wouldn't
it
even
works
be able.
really well.
Hulu is like so bananas to me, like that there is even an option to pay
I
for
mean,
a
I
service
get it.
with
I get
with
it.
ads.
I get it. I think it's definitely the middle ground as far as like streaming services and TV goes. Like, you know.
Well, it's all TV. I hate the people who say I don't watch TV. I have Netflix. It's like shut.
Well, yeah, I
the
know
fuck.
it's mean that I know, but
I know
like
what you
you know what I mean, like the middle ground between cable TV, like paying like so much a month to watch 3 channels, and like the middle and like you know streaming service, where you pay so much a month for certain streaming services, you know, based on what shows you watch and everything like that. Unless of course you pirate things, then you know you're really out there saving money.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do that anymore. Actually, like I really don't. I mean, I'll
You've
watch.
really fallen out of it, and I'm proud of you. It's
Well,
almost
I
like
only
you made a
stopped
full
because
recovery.
they cut our internet off. They stopped me from doing it. So like it was like, oh well, don't want that to happen again. Because after one time, if you do it again, you're like they won't let you.
Oh, they cut your internet off because you were doing it.
Yeah, if they catch
Who
you,
did?
Comporium.
Oh,
Yeah, if they catch you doing it, they like cut your internet off and say, hey, don't do it again, or you don't get our internet ever again. and they'll
Damn.
like cut you off. Like you can't have an account.
You must have been really like pirating for them like to catch you.
No, I had a VPN
Mhm.
that like came with my PC when I got it, and it ended, and I didn't know, and I pirated the movie Tag. And
Did you do that while you were here?
no,
Oh.
this is like almost 2 years ago now. Probably it's been a while.
Tag looked like a funny movie.
That fucking browser is so unsecure. Oh, I don't even know what that is.
So what? They showed up to your house one day, like not. on your door?
No, it's just an email. What? It's not a
Oh.
fucking FBI situation.
No.
They just cut your email off and they send you an email. And
They cut your internet off. You mean?
sorry, did I say email off?
Yeah.
Yeah, they cut your internet off and then they send you an email and they're like, hey, like, call us and cut it back on. But this is why I got cut off. Like, 'cause they have to ensure that you see it. Otherwise, you can just keep saying, I didn't see the email. It's like, well, then how'd you know to call and get your internet cut on? Like,
Because it was off.
yes, but like, there's a specific number you call for in that case to get it cut on.
Oh.
Otherwise, they can't
You
help
should
you.
have called the other number and been like,
You can't, 'cause then they just redirect you and they say if it cut off and there's not an outage, you have to go to this. So like, I tried my hardest, but I couldn't.
What's the weather?
Oh, the weather.
Flint, you almost let him forget.
I have the weather thing pulled
Do you
up. I
remember
just
which
haven't-
one it is?
Yeah, I know which one it is. It's
Okay.
always highlighted.
You're gonna like today's Urban Dictionary word of the day, by the way.
Just go ahead and read it.
No, you go ahead and do yours. This is how we do it. The weather first, then the Urban Dictionary word of the day. I'm drunk. Let me
Excuse me.
forget for a day.
Forget what?
The weather. Remember? He said he didn't tell you about the weather. What?
Creating the weather in Antelope County, Nebraska,
Isn't that an animal?
is 49. It's clear and 49 degrees Fahrenheit. Precipitation, a whole entire percent.
1%?
1%. Humidity was 43%.
Let's not even walk outside.
16 minutes in. Welcome to the Shirt Stuff Podcast. What is your urban? Nebraska doesn't exist. I agree. All the people there suck. Where the fuck is Antelope, Nebraska?
It's in
I don't
the
know. It's not
mountains.
real. Anyway, go ahead. I would
Today's-
assume it was in the plains.
Today's urban. Fuck y'all. Today's urban dictionary word of the day is Gen Z, the generation born after January 1st, 2020, preceding Gen Z, named after the viral coronavirus. This generation is destined to live.
So everyone born in 2020 and for a while, I guess, is
Yeah.
going to be Gen C.
this
Disgusting.
this generation is destined for a life of turmoil and confusion.
What the fuck is our generation? I'm destined for a life full of turmoil and confusion.
The social distancing COVID-19 brought us all will likely make this generation even more socially awkward than Gen Z. They've been born into a world tangled with problems and chaos. Let's do our best to welcome them with open arms from 6 feet away. Those Gen Z kids are awful weird and quiet. Coronavirus ruined those kids, is what we'll be saying someday.
A lot of things have been ruining people for generations.
Yeah,
I was watching, actually, topically, I was watching like clips from House, you know, the show House with the doctor.
Yeah.
And there's a woman being treated who's obese, and they're trying to argue that obesity isn't a symptom of whatever's wrong with her. And Chase, the Australian doctor who works for them, says, "Of course it's a symptom. There's no healthy fat people." And he's like just having this like argument, and they're like all trying to argue like devil's advocate. The other point, he goes, "This country is ridiculous. Ever since I've moved here, other than your medical field being better than everywhere else in the world, everyone here is out of shape. Everywhere else in the world is better than you at basketball now. Like, nobody can compete in anything. No one's outside. No one's doing anything." And then House like has like a joke. Like Foreman agrees with Chase. He's like, "Really? You're gonna let him mess with you in basketball?" And it's like this funny little moment. But it's like, it's becoming. That was fucking 15 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, the show's getting old. Like, it's ridiculous how all of this shit is so relevant still.
Yeah.
Like, how much of this stuff is staying relevant. Like, it's getting not just relevant, but, like, lasting. The lasting effects of these changes. I'm really getting into the mindset that... never mind. I don't know.
What's the
I'm not gonna
mindset?
say that
Come
yet.
on.
No, I'm not gonna say that yet. You say what you were about to say.
I already said
Antelope
what
County,
this-
Nebraska is near a town called Creighton. That's a fucking lie. Where the fuck is Britain's LeBron? It's not the show. Never mind. You can still bully people from 6 feet away. That's a good point.
Where the fuck is Britain's LeBron?
Go ahead and say your thing.
His name is Copernicus.
No, what? What is that?
I don't know. That's what I guess a British basketball player's name would sound like.
What were you saying before that?
What, the Gen C thing?
Yeah, you tried to say something before I said.
No, that was
The
it.
last thing I
read
said.
the whole definition.
Oh, okay.
I like this actually shuffling.
gonna
them
be a-
again.
Diggs Woolley rated with a party of 3, but I didn't hear the sound. Why am I not hearing the sound?
I don't know.
Thank you, Diggs
you
Woolley.
gotta fix
And thank you for following the other day. I remember saying thank you and like I didn't I felt like I read it late and you weren't here. Peacefire 45 followed. That we heard.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peacefire. What's up?
What's up?
Socially distant bullying by a slingshot. God damn it, Blake. Now you good? I'm so
What would
stoked
you
right now.
fire out of this
Why are you
slingshot?
stoked right now? I
Well,
want to know why you're stoked.
I want to be a
How
part
stoked
of being
are you?
stoked, right?
Yeah, I want to know why. Like, I love when people get stoked. I want to
Yeah,
know why you're
what are you stoked about?
Scuff got here, bro.
Bro.
Have you ever had one before? Is it your first scuff, or are you just are you just like re-upping? No, for
No?
okay.
Okay.
Wait. I asked like 3 questions. First scuff,
Yes.
bro.
There you go.
It's so good. The
Imp
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 scuff
scuff.
is so good. So listen, is it the Infinity? Is it the Infinity, or did you get like the fuck? What's the other one called? Charlie, look at the shirts off Discord. Prestige. Oh, okay. It's the Prestige. County.
What is it?
Antelope County, next to a town called Creighton. Look, boom, you got it. That's Creighton.
He drew it in for us.
The Prestige, the new one, bro. Scuffs are amazing. I've had nothing but good. I've had 2, but I really only should have had 1. My first one got stolen. I've had this one for like 2 years now. It's jet black. Everything's black on it, and it is just fucking
Amazing.
awesome. Like. You once you get used to it, the only problem is you can never pick up a normal controller again and play. Like you can't play at your friend's house. You can't like you get so at least I did. I played so much when I got mine, and for so many years. Like this last like year, I haven't played much. Am I a loser for being a general chat? No, it's just that was like the joke whenever I
Yeah.
made it. Hi there, they're alive. He's in there right now, Flint. Flint,
Who
are you
is?
here, Flint? Flint, pay attention.
Jesus.
I'm gonna lose it, Flint. I'm gonna lose it. I have a picture you can respond. I got the full package and all the stuff, so I can bring it over to the homie. Dude, baller.
Nice.
Those things are scuffs are amazing. Like I'm almost mad that that's not like what normal controllers are, 'cause it's just better. Like it really is just a better controller in like all the ways.
Yeah.
I was typing when he typed in chat. He was typing when the raid started, like fucking 2 minutes ago.
Charlie.
What? I'm losing
Why
it.
you
Flint's
jumping
drunk.
on
He's
Flint?
crazy.
He's
I love
drunk.
him
Let,
because
let
I love
him,
him.
let him have his moment.
Let me live. Fuck, I'm drunk. I love when he
I'm
misspells.
I'm
I
Dunkirk.
love when he misspells that shit.
I miss Nick. Nick used to get Dunkirk in here all the time.
He really did. We should text him. We should make sure
Yeah.
he's alive.
Yeah.
We haven't heard from him in a while, actually.
We
I hope
got
he's okay,
We got a lot of Star Wars on the agenda today.
bro. And not really agenda, just our notes, but
yeah, in the
but
notes.
yes.
Where would you
Me
like
and
to
Creighton
start?
were talking when he got here today about season 7 of
Clone Wars.
the Clone Wars
Because
I
Charlie just
I
finally
finally
watched
watched it.
Thank you for the follow.
Saphira,
Saphira,
that's
me.
me. That's a cool name. Saphira? I
Saphira.
was like,
What do
Saphira.
you What do you fear?
That's not, I don't think that,
What is fear with the PH?
that's not, what? It's not fear at all. It's Phir. It's
Yeah,
so,
that's still
it's like
fear.
Sophia, but with an R
That's
before
fear
the A.
with the PHIR.
It's Saphira. It's not fear. I hate you. Never mind. God damn it. You're the most annoying human. When do you guys start your podcast? We started this one 20 minutes ago. And usually we
We're-
start anywhere from like 11:30 p.m. Eastern to like 12:30.
We're coming up on the year anniversary.
Are we actually like
It's
the
November 12th.
the like date
Yeah, we're 10 days out from it.
from like the YouTube one?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But we have been doing this over a year at this point.
Yeah,
we just
we-
don't remember exact date when
It
we
was
started.
like October-ish.
Yeah.
Like beginning of October, we're pretty sure.
Sorry, new viewers. Also, we're in the same room.
Everyone here is pissing me off.
What do you guys talk about?
Yeah, what do I
l-
say to Nick, Charlie? What do you mean?
A little bit of everything. We talk about, finance and accounting and
I don't think
how to
you
get your
understand.
financial
That's
house
not-
in order.
Hold on. Diggs, who do you mean by that? What do you guys talk about? Oh, bro,
See, that's what I was telling you about.
everything.
We're physically responsible.
That fiscally.
Yeah.
You said physically.
that too.
I hate you. First of all, like he said, tweet at him if you got your scuff. Okay, but tweet him and say, I was told to message L Big Peen whenever I got my scuff, and I heard that was you. That's what, and tell him Charlie sent you. Don't tell him Charlie sent you. Just say the rest. It'll be funny.
We really do talk about like nerdy stuff though.
I mean, we talk about everything. We started off talking
politics.
about. Don't look.
Well, we don't always talk about.
Hold on, let
politics,
me
but
explain.
because
Let me
of the
explain this.
current
Stop this. Hold on.
political climate.
Yeah, because of the world right now, we talk about politics a little. Like we started
More
today
than we
talking
used
about
to.
talking about how the election is happening, but
We talk
I
about
personally do not like talking about politics.
we talk about comics.
No politics. Yeah, I mean, I will discuss it, but I'm not
Yeah.
like.
We're not like one way or the other on it. Though.
Yeah, we're not very-
We're very observational dumbasses.
Yes, we're not like hard left, hard right. We're not like, oh fuck Trump
Yeah,
or
yeah.
fuck Biden. We're
Yeah.
like, well,
We're
what
just
are
like,
they?
well,
What do
this
they
is
have to
dumb. I
Yeah,
don't
we're
like
like
either
all
of
of
these options.
all of this is bananas. The world's in fire, and we're just
Yeah.
gonna talk about
We
Star
talk about
Wars and Halo.
Corona. Yeah,
We'll talk about
Star
Star Wars, Halo.
Politics are confusing. We're not smart enough to understand, but boy, will we weigh in. I guess.
Say donkey. Said you're short.
Sometimes we talk about DreamWorks movies.
We talk about everything. We talk
Yeah,
about
we
everything in
really
the world.
do. We do. Well, we
Like legit, we talk about crazy shit.
today's probably going to be mostly Star Wars, Halo, and like maybe briefly the election.
I mean, and who knows what it gets into.
Oh yeah, and like we
I had a
delve into all
crazy
kinds of stuff.
dream.
We're going to talk about probably Halloween. I really want to tell Charlie a scary story if he'll let me.
Go ahead and actually start now. I want to hear a
You want to
scary
hear a
story.
scary story? No.
Well, like, is it like scary? Like it's gonna make me scared, or is it
Yes.
scary?
It'll scare you like it'll make you scared.
Tell me.
No.
Tell me. No, don't save it. I want to know. There's people here now. Tell
to
us.
save it for the end.
Tell us now. Don't
gonna
save it for the end. There's no reason. The end is the worst time to tell it. The
That's what
least
people
amount of
need.
people are gonna be there.
Well, then I'll save it for the middle.
Tell it now.
No, I don't
We're
want
30
to.
minutes in. This
Well,
is
then I'll
technically
tell it
the
30
middle.
minutes from now.
That's not the middle.
No, it is. Yeah, it is.
30 minutes from now is the direct center of the podcast, not the middle. The middle starts right now.
What
the
do you
middle
mean?
the middle is the center hour. It's a 2-hour podcast. The first 30 minutes are the beginning.
So this is
The
the
last
middle-
30 minutes are the end. The middle hour from
the-
30 minutes to an hour and a half is the middle. We're in the middle. Tell me the scary
This is the
story.
middle of
Tell
the
me the
fourth.
scary story.
This the-
Tell me the scary story. I want to know. I want to be afraid. I'm all warm and like happy. My dog's right there. I want that to
No, I
end.
don't want it to
I want to
ruin
be
the mood.
upset. It's not gonna ruin the mood. I want to know. Tell me.
I can't.
Tell me a scary story so I can go into politics, talk scared, and we can start talking about the end of the world and Armageddon and all the fun shit we get into afterwards. Tell me now, so I can tell you about my dream about a dystopian wasteland where we find a butterfly alien and
Well,
tigers
I
are
want to
hunting
talk
us.
about Clone Wars. And Red
We'll
Dead
talk about
Redemption.
Clone Wars the last half hour. I don't. Well, we can talk about it for 2 hours straight, and you know that. I want to hear the scary story now. I voted for these nuts in the 2016 election. You
A
were
lot
one-
of people
So
did.
you were in North Carolina, weren't you? Did I get that right? Tell me I was right. Facts. Tell it now. I'm trying to go to sleep. There you see.
Okay, fine then. I'll tell it. now.
Tell it. He's
You
quiet now.
gotta build up suspense.
The suspense has been built, my friend, for 2 minutes.
Have I ever told you? I don't know if I've told you or not about the little girl in my house.
Yes, multiple times on the podcast.
Have I?
Yeah,
Okay,
like
so
5 times.
the other day, after we got back from picking up my mom's car from the hospital, I got home and I backed my mom's car.
And
under
she was in the
shed.
back seat.
No, I backed my mom's car.
She was on
into
the
shed.
roof. It's
Why?
like signs.
Let me finish telling the
Good.
story. You're like, tell the story, and then you're like, let me weigh in.
I have to add levity so I don't get really scared.
No, you
Go
got-
ahead.
Look, I'm just gonna pull your mic out so that way, like nobody else can hear.
It's not.
And everybody can get sucked in.
Just go.
So I back the car in, and I get out the car. Like I open the door, and like all of a sudden shit just starts falling like around me, like in the shed, like loud noises, stuff falling everywhere. I was like, what the fuck? But I didn't see anything fall. Like it's just loud noises of shit like falling. So I was like, okay, that's weird. Like it stopped all of a sudden. And then I closed the door. And then I was like, well, I'm not going to look and see what it was. Because, you know, my house is weird anyway. So I went just inside.
To be fair, your garage is full of shit.
It
It
is.
might have just been the car hitting up against something.
Well,
like,
would it be?
quietly.
Because it's got sensors all around it.
Yeah, but it might have been like the side of it. Like,
Nah.
okay,
It
anyway,
wasn't
good.
that. I wouldn't known if it was that. Because I would have seen it. It would have
Okay,
fallen right
okay,
beside
okay,
me.
okay.
So I go inside,
two
and the
sides of the
microwave's
car.
just going off like loud. Because, you know, she sits there and, like, plays with it.
No, I don't know that.
Oh, okay, well, yeah, she sits there, like, because we have a touchscreen microwave, and she'll sit there.
The ghost.
Yeah, she'll sit
Okay.
there and make it beep in the middle of the night. I know I'm not crazy, because Kayla was over at the house the other night, and she heard it, and she was like, what is that? I said, oh, that's a little girl. Ignore it.
That's such a great thing to say. Which Kayla? Like, Kristen's Kayla?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's the worst Kayla to tell that to. She's gonna freak out.
Oh, she did for a little bit. She's like, oh, my God. I'm like, it's all right. She won't bother you.
Okay, anyway.
So,
Oh my god.
she just is, like, going off. And I was like, what is it? Like, you know what I mean?
Because you talk to her.
Sometimes. I've got where I start talking to her lately, because it's like the other day I was trying to.
You're
like,
just sick of it. The world's on fire anyway.
Well,
It's like, might as
I
well
was
accept
trying
that the
to
ghosts
like
are here.
heat up a chicken sandwich, and she kept playing with the microwave. I couldn't do it, so I was like, "Can you please stop for a second?" And she did, and then I did it.
Oh my god.
But she only let me
Creighton.
cook it for 30
No, she
seconds.
didn't.
No, she did for real. I'm being serious.
Don't- You keep saying it like it is scientific fact that this little girl exists and there's not something wrong with your microwave.
I mean, it's not the microwave's not the only thing that happens in the house. You hear footsteps all the time, and then wait, Creighton Epstein connection confirmed. No, it's the ghost of a little girl. Pretty sure it's the ghost of a little girl.
Okay.
So anyway, she sits there and messes with the microwave. I'm like, can you please stop? Like, so I can, like, heat up my chicken sandwich. And she stopped, but only for me to heat it for 30 seconds. But she was right, though. I wanted to heat it for a little bit longer. And, like, I
She
think
was right.
No.
You got the sandwich out determined.
No,
that
no,
she
no.
decided it was good.
Look, I took it out, and it was the perfect amount. Like, she was correct.
She was correct. Oh,
And
great.
it
We're
was a
losing you.
delicious sandwich.
Keep going.
But that's the first time I had talked to her. Like, I was like, could you please stop? So I've been thinking about going in there and asking her if that was her outside the air night or if that was something else. And, like, having her do, like, 2 beeps for yes or 1 beep for no. But at the same time, don't really want to fuck with her because, like, she's doing her thing and I'm doing my thing. And it's worked pretty great for, like, my whole life that I've lived there. But she stands in the corner in the living room, I think. That's the vibe I get. Over there with the bookshelf? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no, I know what you're talking about.
But that's the vibe I get. Like, she, like, sit over there. Because we used to put our toys over there when we were little.
Creighton,
Yeah.
first of all, I don't know why you thought that's a scary story. If anything, it's just like a what the fuck is happening at your house story. Like, scary would have been like you were sitting in your bed and you looked up and she's on top of you, like and, like she's got blood coming out of her, like something crazy. Like she not only stopped your microwave but did it at the perfect time for your chicken sandwich. If anything, it gives me a great pleasure knowing that when we die, we become like nice, friendly ghosts that make sure people's
I
food
didn't
is
tell
good.
you the story about the old lady.
I don't care about the old lady. That's not the story you were going into.
Yeah.
This story was not scary.
It's kind of spooky.
It wasn't.
It-
It's like the most mundane, friendly ghost I've ever. It's better than Casper. like Casper was like, "I'm a ghost," and everyone was like, "Ah!" That scared them. Like, even though he turned out to be friendly, this, like, you don't know if the ghost is real, but in your Creighton mind, the ghost is there, and it made your chicken sandwich perfect.
It did. She was right.
She was right.
But you want to hear about the old lady?
Hashtag put Creighton in a mental ward 2020 to
See,
2021.
like, nobody believes me.
I didn't stay up for that whack story. I agree. I'm
the-
with Safiro on this one. Tell us a scary story.
One night I was sleeping, and I was having this dream where I was trying to, like, leave my body because I've been doing a lot of research on trying to do what's it called?
Lucid dreaming.
Well, not lucid dreaming. What's the thing called where, like, you go to sleep and then try to leave your body? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't remember.
Astral projection.
Astral projection. I've been doing research in astral projection,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't, like, fully believe it.
Yeah, I don't either.
So
Lucid dreaming's real as shit.
yes, but
And it's
I was
fun.
like, dreaming about that, and in the dream, like I was trying to leave my body. But as soon as I got close, this old lady's face got like right in front of my face and pushed me back into my body, and I woke up.
See, that's scary as fuck. That's not cool at all. I don't like that. I see it, and I don't like it. Not funny.
And I woke up, and it was pitch black in the living room. Like,
And then you cut the light on. There's just
And
9 old women in
nope,
there
nope.
bleeding.
I was like, nope. And I like reached over, like it took me like a while to get up the nerve to like reach over and try to grab the remote and turn on the TV so I could see.
Yeah, that's the worst feeling in the world when you wake up thinking there's someone there and then you
Yeah.
just can't turn around. Because you just
Because you're like, no, then it's real.
then it's real. It's real if you turn around. You know what I mean? Like even
Like,
if it's not.
And it was so still.
Because the
in
worst
there.
part's when you get the courage to look,
Mhm.
and then you have to look back where you were looking. What? Nope.
Because then it's
That's what I'm gonna think about tonight. Fuck you. I'm mad now.
so like
I'm sorry.
that-
I'm pretty scared.
that shit just like fucking terrified me, and it was so Charlie. I know it's dark, like in a house, right? But even when it's dark,
That's
you
why
can,
I leave
you
like
can,
my monitors
you
on.
can still like see stuff. But this was pitch black, like pitch black. And I was like,
Like
oh.
moonless night.
Yes, I was like, oh, I don't like this vibe in here. There's something that unholy happened right before I woke up.
That's the worst feeling.
And I talked to Kristen about it. She said, does your house need to be cleansed? And I was like, well, this is the first time it's happened in like a long time, so I'm pretty sure it's chill.
TV just turns to static when you cut it on. Oh,
Oh.
I don't dream. I plan out what I have to do tomorrow in my sleep. What?
So
I wish I could. Actually, I don't know. Go ahead. You do.
I'm
your
glad that Netflix has the setting now where it's like, instead of like it asking you, do you want to watch it again, and it just shutting off after a while, you can hit like, no, don't ask me again, and it just stays on.
thing. Well, yeah,
'Cause
that's
I don't
good for
sleep
like some
in the
things
dark.
like The
I don't
Office.
sleep in the dark at my house.
No, not at all. Like, never.
No, you don't want to, because it's like, I know there's nothing, like, so I'm gonna get a little bit spiritual on you for a second.
Okay.
I know that there's like stuff in the house, like ghost wise, like I feel it, like I feel like a presence.
Okay.
Okay, and it's weird. I know it sounds weird,
Yeah.
and I know you think I'm crazy,
I don't think you're crazy.
but I know
Delusional.
I know whatever
Maybe.
it is, I don't want to be in the dark with it. 'Cause that is fucking horrifying. 'Cause then shit like the old lady
I don't know if I
happens.
want to move in with you anymore. I'm afraid you're gonna bring your spooky ass
no,
shit
no.
with
All
you.
that stuff is hooked to the land there. It's never followed me. But I can walk into a house and tell if it's haunted or not.
Okay.
Well, you remember that thing that kicked the box at fucking Kristen's house?
No.
You saw it, Charlie. You were right there.
What?
We were helping Kristen and them move. Remember when we went over to the house, Kristen and Kayla and the other Kayla, and we were all chilling in the room, and all of a sudden something like the ghost over there, Buffalo, kicked the box.
I don't think I was there for that.
You were. You looked right at it. You were just very tired. 'Cause you fell asleep in the car on the way there.
Okay. I mean, I have no recollection. I'll say it again. Hashtag put Creighton in a mental ward.
Look.
2021.
Look, I
I'm
know you
with you.
guys think I'm crazy. But you can even go back.
Again, I don't think you're crazy. I think you're delusional.
I'm
There's
not.
there's a difference.
I'm not
You have delusions of grandeur.
crazy, and I'm not delusional.
I mean, I believe one of those things. for
Not
sure.
with any of this stuff, at least. With other stuff, maybe, but not with this.
I mean, okay. I don't remember the box thing you're talking about. I mean, you guys have mixed me being there at certain times up a lot of times because I've only ever been to that house 2 times, like inside, and
This was like the very first time, 'cause they had all their stuff out on the floor, and like out of nowhere, it's like it kicked the box. 'Cause you were like, oh shit, what was that? And then you're like, well, I guess it's haunted. You were there, Charlie.
still no recollection. And I mean, I remember that night pretty well, but I don't remember that. I mean, I remember a lot of other stuff that happened there. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you're crazy.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
not at all.
No.
In no capacity.
Nope.
Hashtag I ain't never seen 2 pretty best friends. There's always got to be one that's ugly.
Well, we know which one you are, Charlie.
Thank you. I don't know, man. When it comes to like spooky, scary, I'll tell you one thing. I have never lived truly alone.
it's a eye opener.
Yeah, it's got to be scary. So like,
It's not really scary.
I mean, I'm sure there's moments like that though where it can be scarier because there's nothing to blame it on. Is what I mean. Like here, any noise in the house is almost 100% like
yeah, an animal.
confirmable. Yeah, like if it's in the room, it's probably Evie. If it's anywhere else, it's one of the 7 cats, 3 dogs, the child, or the 2 adults upstairs.
If I lived by myself, I would think I was crazy.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, is it just me or is it?
Yeah.
But like,
I
live
like
with my
having Evie
mom.
because anything that's like out of place, she barks,
Yeah.
and she never barks because there's never anything out of
Yeah.
place.
I live with my mom and my grandma and my brother, and all of them have had the same experiences I've had. You know what I mean? That's why I know I'm not crazy. Because the land around the house is like super haunted. It's just like, I mean, I've told you about the cold spot down the road.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about that again.
You don't want to hear about that
No,
one? Scares you?
That one scares me a little bit.
Why? Because you can't explain it.
No, that and the just that paired with the like pitch dark story. I don't like the pitch darkness. Tell the cold spot, please. God damn it. Tell your cold spot story.
Oh, so
you fuck.
I need to be committed, but like the cold spot story, everybody's like, let me hear about.
Tell it.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go to sleep before these random spiritual events make me more mentally unstable. Bye. Goodbye, Sophia. Thank you for following earlier.
So
Have a good night.
In order to fully understand the cold spot, you have to know a little bit of the history of the land.
Oh my God.
So look,
Geography lessons was Creighton.
no. This
Woo!
isn't geography lessons. We've lived on that land for 5 generations now. And when they first moved there, they were farmers, so they plowed up the land a lot and everything.
How is this not a geography story?
Because it's not. I'm not telling you the what's in the dirt or anything like that.
That's geology. You fuck.
I'm not telling you what the hills look like and stuff. Trey, let me tell my story.
Do you know what geography means? Creighton, do you really not know what geography
I
means?
do, but I don't Look, just let me tell my story. You're getting all caught up in words and what they mean. who knows what they mean?
It's because I said it's a geography story, and you said that's not about the dirt.
Look, it's not about who knows what or what means what or how it's
Somebody
understood.
clip it, please.
You just need
Go ahead.
let me
You
tell
need to
my
understand
story.
words to be able to tell a story, you fuck.
I am adequate at understanding words, and I do well telling a story. So sit back.
You just ignored what the
Sit
story was
back,
about.
Sit back and relax, and let me tell the story. Okay? All right, we're all good. So they would plow up the land, and they would find arrowheads all over the place. So much so, and the land runs along a stream that they believe that at one point in time it was a Native American settlement, with like potentially a battleground because they would just find the arrowheads and shit all the time. And then that's when the weird stuff started to happen. Because they would see like balls of light, people walking across their land that they would turn back around and look and wouldn't be there. And then there was a spot at the end of the road that no matter what time of year it is, it's always cold.
What is cold?
Cold is like a noticeable change, like a noticeable difference.
So if it's like 100 degrees, it would be 90 degrees.
I guess. I don't fuck with it, so I don't ever go to it.
Next time it's really hot, like when summer starts, we should go.
Just to like feel it out.
Like on a day where it's just fucking stupid. Like 95, 100% humid, like just disgusting heat.
the
like,
true way
go
to test
down
it
in
is
there.
like, not even tell you where it is and just have you walk through it and see if you can tell.
Okay.
'Cause
But what I mean is we should do that on like a
'cause
crazy hot
it's
day.
one of those places is like you walk through it and like your hair just stands up for no reason. You know what I mean? Like, and you're like, what the fuck, But that's what they call it, and like no matter what time of year it is, it's cold. And it's right in front of this tree that's used to be in front of the driveway of my great uncle's house, who passed away and died on that very same street. And we think that it's like some kind of portal to like the spirit world or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. That's what I've always been told. It's like whatever it is like the hub of energy that like makes everything spooky, Or like, I don't know. Look, I'm not an expert on this stuff or anything like that. That's just what I've been told that they think it is. And I mean, it's definitely weird. You know what I mean? As far as like, I don't know anybody else who has that kind of shit going on their land. But
What?
No, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I don't know anybody personally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I thought you meant like this is the only inclusion.
No,
Yeah.
I've seen stories and stuff, but I don't know anybody personally around here who has that shit going on. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, we got our own cool spot. I mean, I'm sure it happens, but nobody's told me about it.
I mean, I get
Potentially Indian burial ground, but I feel like we'd have found like skulls and bodies and stuff by now.
No, you're not
No.
digging. You said you found the arrowheads on the ground, not
No,
underneath.
they plowed all that. They've dug it up.
Yes, but you're not digging 6 feet. You know
well,
what I
they
mean?
wouldn't bury their people 6 feet, would they?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe.
What? Have you ever heard 6 feet under? You're supposed to bury them 6 feet is so that things don't dig down and eat them, like other than like worms over time and shit. But like because you don't want the grave disturbed.
Yeah.
That's why people bury people deep. It's like that's why you do that.
Mm.
Why would you assume that
I
Native
don't know.
Americans?
I just didn't think that they would like, because digging that far down is kind of hard if you like, like, because you try and like, it's like whenever y'all dug the pool out here, you guys ran into that big ass boulder.
Yes.
I just don't get how they would know where to dig and like how.
How would anybody ever know? We didn't know until we did that.
Yeah, but you see what I mean? Like, but we have the technology nowadays to kind of like kind of scan far enough down into the dirt to like know if there's a big rock down there or not.
I mean, sure, but the Indians didn't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe it wasn't 6 feet exactly, but it wasn't like as deep. I feel like it would have been deep enough for that stuff to come up whenever they were like either building houses there, or when they dug the well, or when they like plowed. You know what I mean? I feel like it's stuff that would have come up then.
Maybe.
Also, the well's kind of creepy. They covered up the well a little bit a while ago, but it's still there, and it's really, really weird.
I don't want to hear about the well.
You don't want to hear about
The
the
well
well?
scares me already. I just don't like hearing about scary shit, and you've already told me like 4 scary things, and I'm not
I'm
into
pretty
it.
sure, like, my mom said she heard voices down there one time.
Nice. Thanks for that. Maybe they just got lucky and dug around all the boys. Please, no.
I
Fuck
don't
your
know.
foot.
I don't know many well stories because I didn't ask.
Good. Fuck the well. The
We
well
can-
is scary, and that's where we're keeping it. The well is
You've
scary.
been
and
to
that's
the
where we're
well,
keeping it.
Charlie.
I'm
You
sure
sat
I
on
have.
it one time, actually.
Then I'm not that scared anymore. Nothing happened to me.
Not that time.
I want the well, please. It's a well. I mean, is there anything else you can tell that you know about? It's a scary well?
It's an old well.
It's an old scary well.
They almost killed my uncle one time because they put him in the fridge next to the well.
What do you mean they put him in a fridge?
Who
Who is they?
So him and my uncle.
You can't just say they.
Him and my uncle were playing hide and go seek, and my great uncle was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get him good," and like hid in the fridge, but accidentally locked himself in there. And they got where they couldn't find him,
Oh my
and he
God.
almost froze to death.
The fridge was on?
It was a freezer outside.
What?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
Why did he? How old?
They were little boys.
Oh.
yeah, like he
moron.
got in there.
Stupid child. Children are so silly.
I can't remember how old it was.
Anthony Jeselnik had a really good joke during his
And then,
special. He's the guy you didn't really love, but he had a joke that like pertains to this. He said, "Me and my friends when we were growing up, there was a kid in our neighborhood who we didn't really like him that much, but we let him play with us 'cause we were lonely. We were playing hide and seek one day, and he went missing. It's because he hid inside of an abandoned refrigerator, and he got locked inside the refrigerator, and he died. They didn't find him till months later, and we had like a service for him in the neighborhood, and everyone was crying and sad, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with all of you? Who else gets to die a winner?" And bro, he said that shit. I love Anthony Jeselnik. But that reminded me of that.
oh,
Imagine your
yeah.
uncle died in the freezer though.
Well, he
Wouldn't that have
came
been
out
crazy?
and he couldn't do math again. like the same way.
What?
Like,
Was he unconscious?
no, wait, he didn't freeze. My bad. It might have been off because he almost suffocated. I think that's what it
Oh,
was.
yeah. Okay. I was going to say freezing isn't going to fuck up your brain that bad, but a lack of oxygen can fuck up your brain
Yeah.
pretty bad. Charlie, it's 2 days after Halloween. Let us have spooky. 3 days. I don't know. Spooky podcast starts now. I'm sorry.
But yeah, he suffocated to the point where he passed out. Apparently.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Nope.
Should have put a stick in there or something. Hold the door
But
open.
then somebody would have found him.
Maybe not. Doesn't have to be a big stick. Just enough on the side to have like an airflow. Look up scary stories. Fuck no. I want to be scared. You look up some
Do you wanna
scary
talk
stories.
about Star Wars to lighten the mood, Charlie?
I'll tell you something about Star Wars.
What?
That first episode of The Mandalorian, like, one, I'm glad that they're giving a Star Wars level TV show, like, essentially like a Game of Thrones budget. 'Cause that first episode was fucking awesome. Like, from the very first, like, fight at the place where he's asking homeboy with the one eye, who, that guy was, who was that? Emergency Awesome talked about it. He said who it is. I know who it is. God damn it. Never mind. I forgot.
And I like that most of it, all of that's like, was a lot of what was in the first trailer.
Yeah, like they did a really good job of not giving us anything
Yeah.
in the trailer. Not really. I'm excited about episode 5.
Why was episode 5?
Episode 5 is titled The Sorcerer, and it's directed by Dave Filoni. Dave motherfucking Filoni.
You think we're gonna get her?
I think we're going to get her. For those of you watching, which is only like 1 or 2 people with Flint, Dave Filoni is the writer, one of the main
main
writer
writer
of the
for-
Star Wars, the Clone Wars,
And
and
was
Rebels.
a writer on Avatar: Last Airbender.
And Avatar Last... What?
Yes.
Dave Filoni?
Yes.
Okay.
He wrote a few episodes of Avatar: Last Airbender too.
He is the person who
It's God's
created...
gift to animation.
He is the person that created the Ahsoka Tano character in Star Wars. Oh, am I not a person? I meant the other two. I said you and the other two. You're the one talking. I can say your name. That's why I said your Flint, you're pissing me off. Anyway, I love you. I love you. Anyway, Ahsoka. Dave Filoni created Ahsoka, and they have confirmed that Ahsoka will be appearing in season 2 of The Mandalorian. So, it would only stand to reason
That the sorcerer is Ahsoka,
that the sorcerer is Ahsoka.
or it's a misdirect.
If it's a misdirect, I'm gonna cry real hard.
Well, that would really be the Jedi.
It would be great if she's the sorcerer and not a Jedi, 'cause she's not a Jedi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You didn't call me a person. I guess I'm just a spooky being now. God damn it. Yes, you are
Damn.
Flint, the Eternal.
You really need to see the end of Rebels to get to understand.
I
what's
know.
going on.
I'll probably watch it all day.
Honestly, it's
Honestly, after Star Wars today, I watched all of season 7 of Star Wars: The Clone Wars today, and tomorrow I'll probably just finish watching the rest of
honestly,
Rebels
you,
just
you
to like
picked,
catch up.
the best place to restart Rebels, because you're right at the beginning of season 4. We just finished season 3. Remember?
Had we?
Yes,
Okay.
and season-
it'll show
Season
my thing.
4 is the Mandalorian season
Mhm.
of Rebels.
Okay.
So you're like right in the perfect, like you're watching it the perfect way almost.
Yeah.
Because like you're gonna be like, oh, I recognize that guy, you know.
Boo! Did I scare you? Got me. Oh, shivering. I don't know, man. I'm just. Star Wars is one of those things. I have such a love-hate relationship with Star Wars now
Why?
because of the movies.
Oh, but the shows are amazing.
The shows are so good. I almost
Even
wish.
Rebels is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
And it's like the weakest link of the shows.
I almost wish the movies didn't exist anymore. Just so the shows could. Yeah, you know what I mean? like there's 9, 10, 11, there's 11 movies. Excuse me. 11 movies, fucking 3 of them are good. You know what I mean? I'm so sorry. What happened? What did you just do? What is that? I didn't mean to do that.
No, I get you though, 'cause it's like all those tries and only 3.
3 or 4. Yeah, 9 movies and like fucking I
Well-
say 3 or 4, like 4 or 5. Like
It's less than half. But more than a third.
Yeah, like the original trilogy is great. But all 3 episodes are great.
3's good.
3's good, but it's not great. 7
It's
to me was amazing. Low key, I liked
8.
Han Solo Star Wars story.
Yeah,
Or Solo Star Wars story.
that's that might as well have been a show on in and of itself.
Like everyone hated that apparently.
I don't know why.
And I don't
It's great.
understand why.
Rogue One's
I
great.
loved Rogue One and I loved Solo. I didn't mean to do that.
Wait, so
I was
that's-
bored and just hit my keyboard
that's
and
5.
accidentally hit enter. Huh?
That's 5. Well, really 6 if you're counting 7. So that's 6 out of 11.
No, 3 doesn't count as a good one.
And 3 doesn't count. So then we're back down to 5.
No, that's
Because
6
the original trilogy, Solo and Rogue One.
and 7.
Okay, 7. Yeah.
So I guess right at half. Look, even if it's more than half, it's just more than half. It's like right
Yeah.
at more than half. Like it's at the 51%.
What about 8? I thought you liked 8.
I did not like it.
There's parts of it I like, and there's parts of it I dislike.
Yeah. What I hated about 8 and 9 together was that they bring in Benicio del Toro's character in 8 like he's gonna be some big deal, and then they don't even talk about him in the 9th one.
Yeah.
He's
I
not
hate
even
when they do
there
that.
anymore. It was silly. That was just spooky, scary skeleton silly.
Yeah.
It was a silly thing.
I
they
hate
did. They did
I
a
hate
silly
when
thing
like
they did that.
movies and shows do that. They're like bringing the big name actor for like a big character, and it turns out to only be important for like an episode
Yeah.
or a movie.
Like episode 8 and 9. What's Homegirl, the Asian girl from episode 8? What's her name?
I don't remember. She wasn't. I don't.
She
like
was
her.
in episode 9
I
for
don't
like
dislike
30
her.
seconds.
Well, they were like, oh, she's. They were like, people hated her in 8, so we're gonna take her out of 9 altogether.
She was in the movie for like 30 or 40
And
seconds.
her character deserved more. I wanted to find out more about her.
She was awesome
She
in
fucking
8.
almost died.
She was like,
For Finn, who almost died.
she was the only good part of that storyline.
And they
of
fucked up
episode 8.
Finn. They fucked Finn all the way up. Finn could have had an interesting character. And they just were like, well, we don't know what to do with him. But they could have used that as a whole window to be like, what if the rest of the stormtroopers don't want to be evil? What do they think about all this? Do they want to continue to die? And it just, I hate it.
I hate all of it.
Look, I don't.
9 was so bad.
I like-
9 was so
Look, I
so
like
terrible.
9.
No, you don't.
I love all of Star Wars.
No, you
I
don't.
love all of Star
You're
Wars.
lying.
I'm just upset at the wasted potential. If Finn deserves his own solo movie or a show or something about like him dealing
So does
with
Poe.
Yeah, and so does Poe.
So does Ray.
So does Ray. I like Ray. People
Honest-
shit all over Ray, and I'm like,
Ray was awesome.
Ray is like
Kylo was awesome.
all of you guys. Look,
Poe, Finn, Kylo Ray, awesome.
they're like, well, she's a Daisy May. Like, get the fuck out.
She's
of
a
here.
what?
Or what's it? A Daisy May? No, that's the actress.
Daisy Ridley is her name.
What are they? She's a Mary Sue. That's what they called her.
A Mary Sue.
I
What's
don't
a
even know
Mary
what that
Sue?
means. I'm like, what does that mean? You
I
don't
think
know what it means.
I need a
You're
fidget
using
spinner because I'm kind. Go, sorry, you
But
go ahead.
look, all of you out there, all of you who think that like Daisy Ridley and Ray was a shitty character, look,
A type of female character who is depicted as unrealistically lacking in flaws or weakness. Okay,
there's
first of all,
nothing wrong with that. First of
No,
all, but she did
not
not
first of all.
have flaws.
yeah.
Like, or she did not have flaws. She had flaws. That's my
Thank
point.
you.
She
God
had
damn, what is with all these fucking triple negatives, Creighton?
She had flaws. She was a flawed character. She thought she was important, and well, it did turn out she was. Like, you know,
She was kind of important.
the whole point is she didn't know how she was important. She thought things were gonna go different in episode 8. I mean, she had flaws as a character. She didn't know who the fuck she was, and then when she did, she had to deal with that shit. Like, she was definitely a flawed character. My favorite part about the whole sequel trilogy is that Kylo Ren is a dark side user being tempted by the light.
Yes.
I love that. That's amazing. That flips everything you thought you knew about Star Wars on its head. A little bit. Because he's trying so hard to be bad. But he's just not.
Well, he was bad. He did some pretty shitty.
He did some pretty shitty things, but
Killed
it's
his
like,
dad, bro.
but you can tell
Tried to
that,
kill his mom.
but you can tell he felt that shit.
Killed a
you
bunch
know
of
what I mean?
rebels.
He did, but you can tell he felt that shit. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he didn't want to. Not really. Not the same way Darth Vader was like, you know, slaughtering Jedi. Darth Vader fucking wanted to be evil because he thought that was power.
He was wiping shit out
And
when
there
he
wa-
kills all the Wookiees on Kashyyyk in Force Unleashed,
Yes,
bro.
exactly.
It's like you get to start the game with all the shit unlocked, like playing as Darth Vader for a minute, and then they set you back to play as Homeboy. That shit was awesome. Did you play that?
Yes, of
Bro.
course I did.
I don't care about saying that now since I watched Soda Poppin'. Now kind of whack, I know, but shit happens. I wouldn't say it when I'm sober. Okay. Triple negs.
Speaking of
Be careful saying stuff like that.
speaking of characters in a hallway, Darth Maul.
Speaking of characters
They have awesome hallway scenes.
in a hallway. Yeah. I think they watched that scene in Rogue One and were like, we'll do that with
We'll
with
do that,
Maul.
but without a
We'll
lightsaber."
literally do the same thing.
But without a lightsaber,
Yeah.
because Star Wars is poetry.
I like how that happens like 20 years before the other thing happens.
He's like,
It's not a bannable offense, so it's fine. I mean, I know.
but like 4
But
years
there's
after
some words
the
you
original.
don't like saying, unless it's like the perfect opportunity. What?
I said, but like 4 years after the original.
Yeah, that's the funny part. There's some things with time that seem so weird, like that don't seem like they were a long time ago, and then other things that like are from, like Rogue One. I feel like Rogue One came out fucking 10 years ago already.
Mhm.
Like I feel like it's been fucking ages since I saw that movie, and it's been 4 years. You know what I mean? Like that's bananas. And then, like now, like in the same like light, I feel like something that happened, like 10 years ago. I was living with my aunt and uncle
Yeah, it
in
feels like it was just
Buford, and
yesterday.
I mean, I can tell you, like the dimensions of the like where I slept. Like I remember the fucking room I slept in. Like I remember going to all these. Like I remember all that. Like I remember everything. It's crazy.
It's crazy the things that stick with you.
Yeah, this chat needs to be nuked for my sake. Yeah, it's weird. Like certain things.
The Bad Batch.
The Bad Batch. That's gonna be so good if they make a show out of it.
They are making a show.
I know, but I just mean if they do it good.
Um,
It's one of those things that like it just needs to work.
like that's the thing. It's like they've got great potential, but I'm worried about like if it's gonna be good. You know what they reminded me of a little bit of Reach,
A little bit,
like weirdly.
I guess. Especially I guess by the end
Yeah.
with Homeboy joining up. Which that's who I'm the most excited to see. I'm really excited to see like a future where they all meet up.
Yeah, like
Like
Rex and
in something like the yeah, 'cause the Mandalorian, like you've got Rex who's still alive potentially,
probably.
probably still alive. You've got all those characters, and it's like the thing that I hate about Ahsoka is that like they made such a great character,
And didn't put her in the movie.
and she's not in the movies at all. Well, I mean, I get the original trilogy. Obviously, it makes sense, but
Yeah.
like. It's just one of those things that's kind of silly. You kind of hope
well,
and
she
wish.
was made after the trilogy ended. You know, after the prequel trilogy,
I know. I'm just saying it's like one of those things where it would be so great if
they could go back and like edit her in somehow.
no, it would be so great if they just scrapped the movies all
Like
together.
start over. Like leave the original trilogy, and delete the sequel trilogy, and delete the prequel trilogy.
Just start from episode 1.
Go from the ground.
Oh yeah, I
up.
slept on my arm last night, and now half of my middle finger tip is numb. I don't know how to feel about that. It's been numb since like 3 a.m. last night. You gotta hit it a bunch.
Then the Clone Wars happened. That's canon.
Yeah, Clone Wars is so good. All of it.
They didn't have to make Clone Wars that good, but they made Clone Wars that good.
They didn't have to make it fucking amazing.
They
but
really
they did.
didn't.
They just decided to.
They were like, you know what? Like, we're gonna do this right. I honestly feel like the team behind it were like, you know, the prequels aren't that great.
Yeah, they decided like
And
we're
they're
gonna
like-
make all this shit that was bad good.
Like they're like, you know what? Let's give the fans something.
They even made Jar Jar and the fucking what's he called? What are those called?
Jar Jar and the Gungans.
The Gungans.
The Gungans weren't bad.
They made
Jar
the
Jar was bad.
They made Jar Jar and the Gungans in general pretty fucking baller.
passable for Jar Jar.
Yeah, whatever. The Jar Jar in the
Amazing
show is
Gungans.
still annoying, but the Gungans were
The
fucking
Gungans
baller.
are amazing.
Especially
yes.
that one with his homeboy who sacrifices himself to catch Grievous.
Yes.
Bro. What a great
The
episode.
general.
Yeah.
Bombat General. Which apparently just means badass in Gungan.
Dude, the Gungans were legends.
Yeah.
Like, those Gungans were fucking beasts. That whole show.
Have you ever wondered what happened to the Gungans after the Empire?
Yeah, what happened?
I don't know. I just
Oh my god. Why would you say it like that?
No.
It sounded like you
Well,
knew.
I don't. But I
God damn
know
it.
apparently it's explored in a Darth Vader comic that's been going on recently.
If there's anything I like specifically like about what's it called? About fucking like The Mandalorian that I'm reminded of in like the new Clone Wars, it's that knowing the air quote future doesn't have to mean much.
It really does.
Like the fact that everything happens in episode 7, 8, and 9, when it happens, you're talking that was 30 years after the events of the original trilogy. And the events of Mandalorian are like 5 years after the events
you
of
got
the main.
25 years to work with.
So they got 25. But what I'm saying is like the kid is 50 in the events of the Mandalorian. And by the time that other one, he'd only be 75, which is like basically still probably a kid. So he's probably not like the question becomes the question I think is going to be, is the kid going to be with Ahsoka and she's going to raise it, or I think that their plan with the Mandalorian is that the kid is the future of the Jedi. Like the future of the Jedi after Rey, after all of that, and that's where Star Wars will
After
kick
Luke.
off here in the next like 10 years. Huh?
After Luke too.
Sure.
Because like Luke was supposedly the last Jedi,
Last.
but the last Jedi can mean a lot of things.
The Last Jedi means a lot of things. I think there's
Yeah.
definitely Jedi, and I think there's Jedi that they don't know about,
Because
like in the events of the last few movies.
Because Luke could be the last Jedi in the sense of what a traditional Jedi could be. But since Ahsoka's no longer a Jedi, they could just be their sorcerers from now on. But they're like Jedi.
Nah, the Jedi will always be a thing.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, maybe not in the sense of like what they were in terms of like the Old Republic. and
They'll
the New
find
Republic.
temples, all that other stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
there'll
yeah.
be-
Well, I
there's
mean-
probably Jedi that like we just don't know about, like that we
To
don't know made
me,
it.
To me, Obi-Wan Kenobi is the perfect Jedi. And
Yeah.
But Ahsoka is like what the Jedi should be to me. Like as far as like the way that their morals work and the way that like their belief is. Because Ahsoka can still have attachments, you know, but the Jedi technically cannot. That's why Obi-Wan could not be with Duchess Satine.
Yeah.
And that was, I feel like, a big flaw in his life.
Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
Yes, that's
Okay.
the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. It's a Mandalorian,
Yeah.
not the Mandalorian. Not Din Djarin.
Imagine Obi-Wan is with Din
No, I don't know, man. If there's one thing I really am looking for, like that I'm cautiously optimistic about with Star Wars right now, is that the people in charge of it are in charge of it.
Yeah.
Like we've got good people. You
I
got
think they
Jon
realized they
Favreau,
fucked up.
Dave Filoni, Taika Waititi, like a lot of like legendary people, and I'm leaving a few like great directors out. But you got
What's
a lot
her
of,
name that's in charge of Star Wars? Meg Ryan or something?
no.
Meg.
How dare you?
It's Meg something.
Meg Ryan is
Who's
the
Meg Ryan?
she's the actress she's in a lot of, she's in Ant-Man and the Wasp. She's the
Oh,
mom.
her? Oh, okay.
How dare you?
I don't
Um,
know her name. Samantha something.
I think it is Samantha.
Jonathan.
It's an S. I don't know. But
Sarah.
all of them. Star Wars right now, all the people in charge of Star Wars right now, for the most part, are like killing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like ever since like axe the movies, the last 10 years have been great. You've had not one, not two, but now 3 absolute baller shows created. You know what I mean?
Wait, what's the third one?
Mandalorian, Clone Wars,
Oh.
Rebels, Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like
Kathleen Kennedy. That's her.
Kathleen Kennedy. We were both wrong.
Yeah.
That's
They
just-
hate. There was a lot of people giving her hate because of the movies. But technically, she's also behind The Mandalorian, too. So.
You're doing great. The Mandalorians.
Look,
Are
I'm
such
all
cool
about
characters.
like one great movie, one middle ground movie, and then one movie that I love but everybody else hated, and then like of just a fucking baller show that's like was hitting in the
I'd
dark.
rather the shows be good.
People hate Rebels too.
I don't get that.
I feel like
I guess I get that like the animation's a little
wonky.
wonky, especially in the beginning, because you only have so much budget for animation.
they're
But like
doing-
it gets better, and even with the like clunky animation, the first season's pretty great anyway.
well, they're
Like you just gotta get into it. You gotta watch a couple episodes and like understand that you have to
It's-
wait for it to be
and
great.
I feel like people like are mad that it's not Clone Wars Part 2.
Yeah,
you get
they're
what I'm
probably
saying?
mad that it wasn't the
Because it's
same
got
people.
the same. Well, it does have the same people behind it.
Yeah,
but
but
it's not the same characters.
that's what people should look into. They shouldn't worry about it being the same characters. See who the creators are.
Yeah.
If it's the same people that made the thing you like,
Give it a
give
shot.
it a shot
like
and
a
let
clean slate shot.
and give it some time because
Yeah.
it needs time to build.
You have to go in without expectations of things. Because I feel like a lot of people hate it because they went into it thinking it was going to be just as violent, just as like narratively
Like
compelling.
PG-13-ish.
Yeah, the same way Clone
Narratively, it
Wars
is pretty compelling.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, like like they were expecting like people being shot left and right, like just the way it is in like Clone Wars. Because Clone
Yeah.
Wars is a pretty fucking violent show. You know what I mean? As far as like people get
Low
cut
key,
up.
Rebels was pretty violent too.
It is, but it was on a Disney XD, so like people are like, "Oh, okay, well they're toning it down for kids," and they did tone it down for kids, but it's like, bruh, when I'm telling you, you're about to start season 4. Season 4 is heavy, heavy, like unexpectedly heavy. I was so mad. I was like, "Oh, okay, well nothing."
I know, sadly, like one or two big things that happen, but I'm glad that I only know what I know and that I have literally no clue what else happens for the rest of
I
it.
was so sad. I was like, "Why?
Yeah,
Why would you do that?"
I'm excited. I'm on like on a Star Wars kick right now because the Mandalorian's got me in that vibe, and now finishing season 7 really has me in the vibe. So I want to know more.
I was so mad. Like you can't go 3 seasons making me feel like a family friendly show and then just kick me right when I wasn't expecting to be kicked. And right in the feelings.
Well, listen, dude.
Right.
First
in the
off-
testicles.
Well, not first off. Lastly, we're gonna end it a little early here in a minute.
Oh, you ready to end?
Yeah, I gotta do something.
Oh, okay.
A few things. One, election podcast tomorrow.
Okay.
How early you think you get off when? 7, you said?
7:30.
7:30. When you want to start? Like you want to just head over here
Probably.
pretty early?
Yeah.
I'm thinking
I need to get some
between
food.
8 and 9 is when we start,
Yeah.
something like that.
I gotta
Okay.
vote.
We'll start somewhere between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern for
Eastern
the
Standard Time.
coverage of the end of the election night. And by end, I just mean until we know, if we find out tomorrow at all. I don't know if we're gonna find out who wins tomorrow. I don't know if
either.
it's gonna be like
But
a
let's have
day,
fun,
2
you
days
know?
a week. Yeah, I
We
mean,
can have music. We can all dress up like
I don't know about
presidents.
music. I don't
We
know.
can-
You say all like there's gonna be more than 2 of us.
know, me and you. We can dress up like presidents. We'll have EVP Monica Lewinsky.
Just get me a peanut butter jar.
Oh gosh.
Anyway, well, you made the first joke.
Oh my
anyway,
gosh. I didn't think you would actually do anything with her.
anyway, God damn it.
Jesus Christ.
I want to talk about the dream I had tomorrow,
Okay. And
but also the election. So we will be there for that. We love you guys. Goodbye, and we'll see you for a very potentially long stream tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.